From the Mumbai studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
And welcome. Yesterday, Uddhav Thackeray was losing the government. He could have quit. Or he could have saved his control over the party by returning to the Hindutva line of politics, quitting the MVA. But he chose not to. He kept saying, I want to quit, I want to quit, I want to quit, but he did not quit. And the result is that as of tonight, there is a real possibility that he may lose his control over the Shiv Sena as well. Look at the pictures on your screen. Eknath Shinde has managed to take well over 2/3 of the Sena legislators, and now almost all the members of parliament of the Sena are also joining him. And Uddhav Thackeray, he is left with his son, Aditya, and some 10 other MLAs, and of course, the unending advice of Sanjay Raut. Now Sanjay Raut, he's an interesting man with no mass base to speak of, but who has complete control over Uddhav Thackeray's decisions and moves. Even before he meets Uddhav, he tells the media what Uddhav will do. Even before he meets Uddhav, he tells the media what the outcome of the meeting will be. Yesterday, when Uddhav said that he's open to quitting, Raut immediately contradicted him and said, no, Uddhav is not going to quit. Uddhav said he would be loyal to the Congress and the NCP alliance, but no, today Raut said he's open to quitting the MVA. So who's in charge? Raut or Uddhav? As a result of all this, Uddhav is looking more and more indecisive than he should be, and consequently, even more MLAs are leaving him and all are flying to Guwahati. Viewers, the collapse in Maharashtra follows more than 2 years of extensive misgovernance, violation of constitutional norms by the state government, arrest of ordinary citizens, students, and commentators, abuse of public office, and an unseen, unbelievable level of corruption and extortion in the police force. Forget ideological persuasions. I'm asking you tonight, does this kind of coalition politics work? Does it encourage the creation of micro-local satraps who run private armies and parallel economies? Think about it. What strategic direction can such coalitions take any state? And one fears the country. When a sitting cabinet minister is accused of hiring a criminal to fix things for him, another cabinet minister is in jail for links to Dawood's business empire, and despite those Dawood links continues to be a cabinet minister. Ladies and gentlemen, then we must think about the great dangers of such politics. Remember, the greater the fragility, the greater the insecurity among the politicians. And insecure politicians are hostage to all kinds of unscrupulous elements, from criminals in uniform to mafia dons masquerading as netas. And that is why, viewers, what is happening in Maharashtra is something that all of us must think about. Wherever you are watching my program tonight, as a citizen, we must all think long and hard. And the citizen, that is you, must now also start blaming the business magnates and the so-called media persons who, for their immediate interest, promote, encourage, and confabulate with this kind of dirty politics, knowing fully well that it is against public interest and it is against national interest. Ladies and gentlemen, these businessmen must be held to account. These people in the media must be held to account, and they're as equally to blame as those in power. Now, as for the Thackeray's, quitting may have been a better option, but it's too late now, ladies and gentlemen, to retrace their steps. Things have gone out of control. Debating tonight, why doesn't Uddhav quit? The split is clear as day. The MVA is running helter-skelter, giving statements that contradict each other. But what is the end game? Debate 1. Debate number 2 tonight, the national implications of what is happening in Maharashtra. What will the political shake-up in Maharashtra do to politics across the country? That's debate 2, and here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the Debate Tonight. All-out war in the Shiv Sena now. Shinde claims to have the numbers. Who is the real Shiv Sena boss? Eknath Shinde says he now has over 2/3 majority of Shiv Senics. Can he beat the anti-defection law? Uddhav goes into complete panic. His numbers evaporate, holds back-to-back crisis meetings. And for the first time, a key Shinde man reveals it all, says the door is shut for talks with Uddhav. Uddhav camp starts blaming the BJP. NCP says BJP not responsible. Complete and absolute confusion in the MVA. And the TMC stages a protest in Guwahati. Congress guns for the BJP. Is it the opposition versus the BJP now? Ladies and gentlemen, the Uddhav government may not exist. The Shiv Sena may not be Uddhav's. The numbers are telling, the chaos is visible. And this man, Sanjay Raut, may just be the final catalyst to cause the complete ruin for the MVA. Here is the Maha shake-up that has happened, and then we shall debate.
Meetings, briefings,
20 या 25 तक तो विधायक हमारे साथ आ जाएंगे जी, कूद कर आ जाएंगे, कूद कर। अच्छा, आपने देखा दो विधायकों की कहानी, जोर जबरदस्ती से लेकर गए, हमारा उनके साथ कम्युनिकेशन हो रहा है, आए लीगल बैटल भी चलेगा। बहुत बड़ी गलती लोगों ने की है।
माइनॉरिटी में है या नहीं, ये एस्टेब्लिश करने का रास्ता विधानसभा है। विधानसभा में जब फ्लोर टेस्ट हो जाएगी तो पता लगेगा कि ये सरकार मेजॉरिटी में है।
मुख्यमंत्री को उनके एक सामान्य कार्य शिवसैनिक को मुख्यमंत्री बनाना हो, वो उनकी बात थी। वो कल मैं उनका भाषण सुन रहा था, तो अगर कुछ उनकी बात हुई, उनकी पार्टी के अंतर्गत का मामला है, उसमें कांग्रेस कुछ नहीं बोल सकती।
and shallow reassurances.
क्या आपने मेरे चेहरे पर देखा है? कोई तनाव है, कोई शिकन है, कुछ नहीं है।
The Uddhav camp may say they are not tense, but this video released by the Eknath Shinde camp tells a different story.
On Thursday morning, Eknath Shinde surprised everyone with a letter written by one of his lawyers, Sanjay Shirsat. And in that letter, an explosive letter, these MLAs are openly questioning Uddhav Thackeray, saying that for the first time in 2.5 years, yesterday, that is on Wednesday, when he left his residence with that pomp and show and the cameras rolling, the doors were open and the suitcases were coming out. These MLAs said it was the first time that in over 2.5 years that the doors of the Chief Minister's residence was actually open to the people.
And the Shinde camp is getting larger by the hour. What started with a huddle in Surat became a 30 Shiv Sena MLA strong camp in Guwahati yesterday. And now, with more MLAs flying in one by one, from Yogesh Kadam to Sada Sarvankar, who was sloganeering in support of Uddhav Thackeray till yesterday, the Shinde camp has almost 45 MLAs, including 38 Shiv Sena MLAs. Uddhav Thackeray's own aide, who was sent to pacify Eknath Shinde in Surat, has shifted allegiances. Kidnapping charges and counter charges are being made.
वो सारे लोग हमारे विधायकों को, मंत्रीगण को धमकाकर ले गए हैं। गुजरात की सरकार जहां जहां है वही वो लोग गए, जैसे सूरत में, जैसे तुम्हारे गुवाहाटी में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है दोनों।
या ठिकाणी आज गोव्याला आलेला प्रत्येक आमदार हा स्वखुशीनं स्वतःच्या मनानं कोणालाही बाहीने फोन केलेला नाही, कोणाला कुठलाही दबाव नाही.
The MVA is spraying at its seams.
अगर जो संजय राउत कह रहे हैं जी, वो बात अगर सही है, उस रास्ते पर वो जाना चाहते हैं, तो वो हमारे नेता पवार साहब के साथ बातचीत करें. उनको जो है कोई जो है रोक नहीं सकता है.
They cannot even agree on whether to blame the BJP for the fallout or not.
और वहाँ ऐसा एक नाटक रचा है कि मेरे को अटैक आ गया, उन्होंने ऐसा संदेशा दिया, लेकिन अटैक आने का कारण बता के कुछ तो भी मेरे बॉडी पे प्रक्रिया करना चाहते थे, मेरा घात करना चाहते थे.
अभी वो जो आपने सवाल पूछा वो स्टेटमेंट जरूर उनका हमने सुना है, वो उनका अधिकार है. उन्होंने किस कारण ये स्टेटमेंट किया है उसके बारे में मुझे खुद पता नहीं.
They wanted to create instability, destroy Shiv Sena, so that they emerge as the #1 party in the Bombay Municipal Corporation. This operation is being orchestrated from Delhi clearly. Every 5 minutes, Mr. Fadnavis is going to take instructions and logistical support from Delhi.
The videos and the pictures that has been released by Eknath Shinde camp clearly stated they have 42 MLAs including Shiv Sena and independent MLA. But what is more important that Eknath Shinde has already given a letter. The letter signed by all MLAs including Shiv Sena's MLA that has been given to the Deputy Speaker of Vidhan Sabha, clearly stating it has mentioned that 2/3 majority is what Eknath Shinde has.
Now, the question remains, will Uddhav Thackeray do a U-turn and ditch the Congress and the NCP?
जर त्यांच्यापैकी एकाही आमदाराने समोर येऊन मला सांगितलं किंवा जर त्यांनी स्टेटमेंट दिलं की उद्धव ठाकरे मुख्यमंत्री पदावरती नकोत, तर मी आत्ता मुख्यमंत्री पदाचा राजीनामा द्यायला तयार आहे. आणि ह्याच्यावरती विश्वास नसेल तर आज आपली फेसबुक लाईव्ह झाल्यानंतर आज संध्याकाळपासून मी माझा मुक्काम वर्षावरनं मातोश्रीला हलवत आहे.
Uddhav called for a meeting. The meeting did not happen. We are hearing only 13 MLAs showed up eventually, and even some of those who were at that meeting, we are told, are likely to defect. 2 more MLAs have taken the jet to Guwahati, taking Shinde well beyond the 37 MLA mark that he needs.
And we just got news, which is on the breaking news ticker, that Uddhav Thackeray has sent some of his leaders to meet the Deputy Speaker and try and disqualify 15 of the MLAs. So it's all getting very, very desperate for Uddhav. Sanjay Gupta supposes Shiv Sena. Dr. Suresh Mane is founder and president of the Bahujan Republican Socialist Party. Sham Rawat of the NCP. Dr. Shankara Goa of the Congress. Ravi Srivastav, Sanjay Dikshit, Yashwant Deshmukh of C Vota, Subrashta and Sandeep Ghosh are on the panel. Now, you see, संजय गुप्ता जी, जब नंबर नहीं है तो कुर्सी छोड़ देनी चाहिए. ये इस तरह से पकड़ के रखना, ये किसी को शोभा नहीं देता. ऐसा क्यों किया जा रहा है? Why is Uddhav holding on to the chair when the numbers are in Guwahati, not with him?
देखिए, नंबर की बात पर अगर आप बात करते हैं तो नंबर की बात पर तो बात ही नहीं की जा सकती.
क्यों?
जब तक कि विधायक महाराष्ट्र में नहीं आते तब तक इस बात पर बात नहीं की जा सकती कि वो किस तरफ है किस तरफ नहीं है.
No, what are you saying? You're saying that they will come back to you. आप कह रहे हैं
महाराष्ट्र का फैसला महाराष्ट्र में होगा, गुवाहाटी में
मगर वो कह चुके हैं, वो लिखित रूप से दे चुके हैं, वो कह चुके हैं, वो वीडियो में आ चुके हैं. आपको मैं वीडियो दिखाता हूँ. Let me show the video. Subrashta, you must have seen this today. I could count at least 45 in that video. At least 45 legislators were there, and out of that, I think there were about 35
कोई रिलेवेंसी नहीं होती हमारे देश के संविधान के अंदर.
ये सब MLA नहीं है. Are these actors?
हमारे देश के अंदर
ये एक्टर हैं. सुब्राष्टा, they refusing to believe. सुब्राष्टा कुछ कह रही है आपको. सुब्राष्टा is saying something new. The debate is open. सुब्राष्टा. गुप्ता जी, एक मिनट.
गुप्ता जी, अभी थोड़ी कुछ घंटे पहले हम किसी और डिबेट में थे और आपने बहुत ही स्पष्टता से ये बात कही थी कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं आपकी पार्टी में जिनको सॉल्व नहीं किया गया समय रहते. ये बात खुद आप एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं. ये क्यों नहीं मान रहे कि जो 45 लोग आज गुवाहाटी में बैठे हुए,
अगर आप एकनाथ शिंदे जी के
सुन तो लीजिए
बात करेंगे एकनाथ शिंदे जी के मुद्दे की बात करेंगे तो मैं उस मुद्दे पर एकनाथ शिंदे जी के साथ हूँ, पार्टी के जो विधायक जिस तरह से जो बोल रहे हैं मैं उसके साथ हूँ। मगर अगर आप बात करेंगे कि वो गुवाहाटी में बैठ करके अपनी बात को अपनी के वो कितने नंबर तो इस बात
तो फिर बहस किस बात की है जब आप एकनाथ शिंदे जी के साथ हैं
दो बातें ना,
और शिंदे जी के साथ 45 विधायक आज की डेट में गुवाहाटी हैं, तो कल वो क्लेम कर सकते हैं, कल वो सरकार बना सकते हैं।
इस बात में प्रश्न चिन्ह है।
नो
नहीं, इस बात में प्रश्न चिन्ह है। ये बात महाराष्ट्र में आगे कही जाए तो इसकी रिलेवेंसी है।
Yashwant Deshmukh, I want to bring you in. Eknath Shinde has now let's look at the position here. How long can this carry on? Eknath Shinde has sent off a letter signed by 38 Shiv Sena and independent MLAs. The numbers are on your screen. 38 Shiv Sena, 7 independent, 12 left, as you can see there on the grid with Uddhav. So how long can this continue? Yashwant.
It can't, Arnab, because simply, as you said, that at some point of time, everybody has to come on the floor of the house and the numbers have to be seen there. But 37 plus, it's a clear-cut case. Unless there are some people who would say something else in Guwahati and say something else when they come back to Mumbai, that's a different case. But all in all, 36 or 35 or even 30, this is very clear that the Shiv Sainik MLAs who had won the mandate against the Congress and the NCP as a UT member asking a vote as an alliance partner for the BJP while forming the government with the Congress and the NCP was defying the mandate, was against the mandate, it was against the spirit of the mandate. And more so, Arnab, that BJP and Shiv Sena being the oldest allies, having a very concrete ideological situation on Hindutva politics, so much so that BJP has been considered as a right wing and Shiv Sena as the extreme right as far as the Hindutva politics was considered. This was a complete volte-face which was unnatural and uncalled for to a large extent.
as far as हमारी पार्टी के लीडर्स ने समय-समय पर कहा है। सबसे पहले मनोहर जोशी जी ने कहा था कि हमारा नेचुरल लाइंस
Just let him complete. Sanjay, you're disturbing. I want to listen to Yashwant. Yeah, Yashwant and someone else. Yes, please. Yeah.
Any elected MLA of Shiv Sena who fears now going back to the public in a year or so or 2 years, he or she would be absolutely clear that Congress or NCP is not my natural constituency and I cannot win my election again if this government or this experiment continues to any second longer. So that is the problem. It is the problem of the real politics as far as the people who are contesting the elections is concerned. The Shiv Sainik MLAs understand this. Unfortunately, the leaders who drive these parties many a times for the Congress being driven by the leaders, are they not going to face the problem as Shiv Sena alliance when they go back to the elections? Exactly the same problem is what Congress is also going to face. It's as I said earlier, it's a mocktail. You know, Arnab, मैंने पहले भी बोला, लस्सी और कोका कोला को मिलाकर के मॉकटेल बना दो, वो मॉकटेल चलेगा नहीं बाबा। लस्सी लस्सी है, कोका कोला है। कितना भी उसको अच्छा सुंदर बॉटल में लगाओ, कितनी भी सुंदर बारटेंडर खड़ा कर दो उसको हिला करके परोसने के लिए, बारटेंडर का चेहरा देख करके पीने वाला नहीं पिएगा वो मॉकटेल।
And there is one more thing. बिल्कुल, I completely agree with you. You see, this MVA alliance has been discordant from the start, and I find it frightening when some people are saying, oh, but you know, what is the BJP doing? The BJP is luring away, seducing all our MLAs away. They are giving them money, etc. This, that. Listen, I mean, the fact is, Dr. Suresh Mania, ideology was dead. The day the MVA came together, ideology was dead. Any ideological persuasion was dead. Who is preaching ideology now? Sandeep Ghosh, you want to say something to Suresh? Yeah. They are preaching ideology, they are blaming the BJP. I said, where's the ideology when Uddhav Thackeray took Sonia Gandhi's support?
Arnab,
knowing fully well that his father had committed to uprooting the Congress itself from the state. Ideology was dead that day.
Then
I really feel. Yeah, okay, Suresh Mane first. 1 minute. Suresh Mane wants to say something. Sandeep, just wait. Sandeep, just wait a minute.
Forming the government in Jammu Kashmir.
Yes. That was terrible.
What was the ideological similarity between the BJP and Mahbooba's party in Jammu Kashmir? That is the number one.
Correct. There was none. There was none. There was none.
Unless Eknath Shinde is, Eknath Shinde is assisted by the Gujarat government and the Assam government. Is it possible to defect so many MLAs from Maharashtra to Guwahati?
Well, let me tell you,
it's
these
not possible.
I think.
Ji, हमारे senior साथी है, whatever he make the submission.
No.
लेकिन
Dr. Suresh Mane, Dr. Suresh Mane, Dr. Suresh Mane, you must, Dr. Suresh Mane, Dr. Suresh Mane, no. Dr. Suresh Mane, let me just tell you one thing.
Yes.
Please do not think that Eknath Shinde is a lightweight. Can you louder in the studio? I can't hear. Please do not think that Eknath Shinde is a lightweight. And Devendra Fadnavis, allow me to complete.
No, we are not
allow me to complete, sir. You are so much in panic today.
No,
you're not letting me complete my.
Shinde is the just puppet in the hand of BJP.
No, not at all. Not at all. 1 minute.
BJP is
not
the
at
prime
all.
target.
Not at all.
BJP is
not
the
at
main
all.
player.
Not
Shinde
at all.
is not the main
Just
player.
1 minute, Mr. Mane.
Shinde is not the player. Mr. Mane, projecting it
Mr. Mane.
As Uddhav Thackeray versus Shinde, that's not correct.
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing. If you are quiet, then I'll speak over you, right? See, what happens here is Eknath Shinde is getting support from not just the Shiv Sena cadre, not just MLAs, the Thane mayor, member of parliament from Thane, member of parliament from Kalyan, Palghar, Washim, Ramtek, and even Uddhav Thackeray's close aide.
Agreed.
Who was, who was advising him till yesterday, MLC Ravindra Pathak.
Agreed.
Look at the situation. No. If you agree, then please let me complete. Ravindra Pathak had been sent by Uddhav to pacify Shinde. He has ended up joining Shinde.
Correct.
So you have to read the tea leaves, sir. You are in denial tonight. You are in total denial tonight. I want Sandeep Ghosh to come into the debate. Sandeep Ghosh.
That floor test will display. That floor test will display. Arnab, that floor test will display. Where is Fatak?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So,
or not at sitting at
sure. Fair enough. So wait till that. But a bigger point I would like to supplement to what Yashwant said, with his permission, is apart from ideology,
on the left.
Shiv Sena, Shiv Sena at the ground level, their prime rival in many places was Rashtrapati Congress. So they referred to, on the ground level in the whole Maharashtra, this thing. So if you see the seats which were won last time between Shiv Sena and Rashtrapati, it was a toss-up. Half the places they defeated Rashtrapati candidate who was a leader and vice versa. So the biggest threat is the Shiv Sena, your colleagues on the ground thought that this is a government which is being controlled by NCP and we have now become second-class citizens. So as Yashwant was saying, when they go in for the election next time, who do they go against? And by then, thanks to Ajit Pawar holding important portfolios, all the resources are going into the hand of NCP and everywhere. So they are essentially being made, disempowered. And that's why you see the MLAs who are there with Mr. Shinde over there, Shiv Sena, you have now reduced it to an urban party in Bombay. So the people who are there are actually from northern Maharashtra, Vidarbha, and the rural areas who are going there because they feel most threatened. The next time there is an election, where will they go? So the challenge for you now is to retain the party rather than the government, whereas NCP and Congress may be worried about losing the government because now Congress certainly can't go into elections just now. They'll be wiped clean. NCP would not like to go into the elections just now. And the main concern for you is not the floor test. Main concern for you is to hold the party together.
Agreed. Whatever you say, we all agree. But what about the role of the BJP? Whether BJP
how does
has
it
got
matter?
How does it matter now?
You come to the straight way to the main
No. Yashwant is also responding to that. But I don't. Yashwant, you want to take that? I personally, allow me, Mr. Mane. One line, and Yashwant is taking it from there. And I see your hand go up, Sham Rawat, coming to you in a minute. Yashwant, one line from me. You see, Dr. Mane, please understand. This is a political situation. Please don't try and preach what is the BJP doing. BJP is so bad. They want to be in power. What did you want to be when you went with people who you fought the elections against? The BJP is a political party which is taking advantage of the ongoing volatility. It should. If it didn't, it would be foolish. I don't know why you're crying hoarse about the BJP, Yashwant.
Yes, I mean, I don't know how the things are comparable. What if BJP does something wrong, it is not defensible. I mean, who is going to defend Nitish Kumar ditching RJD and joining the BJP? Who is going to defend that? That was completely wrong. BJP was completely wrong 5 years back in Goa. They are sitting chief minister lost. They got booted out of the power. They had no business to go.
Yes,
that's not the question. I mean, that's the point. So BJP was wrong there in Bihar. You know what Nitish Kumar did was wrong, and so were you. PDP, BJP going together might be legally correct, but ethically and morally wrong as far as their mandate or their electorate was concerned. So are you. Please try to understand who the hell is saying that BJP was right and you are wrong. Right now the problem is that somewhere Shiv Sena wanted to prove a point well taken, that we can drive a politics going beyond the BJP. But after drawing that point, after making that point, immediately the prudence would have been if they would have recalibrated and asked the BJP, you see, our constituencies are the same and we have to do the politics together, so let's form the government together. That's what would happen.
Today,
but it's not happened.
Today, rebel leader and Sena stalwart, Eknath Shinde, there was a letter released. One of its own MLAs sent that letter. Sanjay Shirsat. You should read that letter, Sham Rawat. And the sum total of that letter, I think you have read the letter, sum total of the letter is this. We have so many senior people within the Sena. Our Sena leaders were insulted, and you gave importance to people like Sanjay Raut, and you allowed the NCP and the Congress to grow while insulting your own Sena leaders. That is a fact. Can I have him, please? Sham Rawat is on the screen. Sham Rawat, my question to you is, please understand the letter. The letter is on the screen. Point is that for Sharad Pawar and for the NCP, it was very convenient to have a weak Sena leadership manage things for you, and you are benefiting. And the general consensus of anyone watching Maharashtra politics is that if there would be another election in Maharashtra, BJP would be number one, NCP would be number two, and the Shiv Sena probably would be a poor third. You were very happy with that situation. It is the fact.
It's not.
You had the chief minister under your grip.
No.
Wasn't it said that Sharad Pawar ran the government rather than Uddhav Thackeray? Wasn't that what people said?
No, not at all. As about Sanjay Shirsat, whatever he wrote the letter, and it's his thinking. But we all in the firm government, with the collab government, we all are together. Whatever problem he has to come and sit and then talk. And
why should he have to come and sit and talk when he has more than 2/3 of MLAs? You have to go and sit and talk with him.
You are showing that 2/3 MLA is there, but still the floor sitting is balanced. Bahmat abhi sabit karna baki hai. The showing is different, and when they come from Guwahati to Mumbai, and the things will be different.
Sanjay Dixit, please, we go back to the
whatever the pressure. Who knows whatever the pressure they are facing?
Then why don't you have the floor test tomorrow? Have the floor test tomorrow. No, why are you running away from the floor test? Have the floor test tomorrow.
We are not running.
Have the floor test. Why are you trying to disqualify? If you okay, one minute. Okay, one minute. To which I asked Mr. Rawat that if you feel that these MLAs who are sitting in Guwahati are actually with Uddhav and pretending to be with Eknath, And when they come back to Mumbai, they will go straight to Matoshri and say, Uddhav Thackeray, we are with you. In that case, kindly tell me then why is the Shiv Sena trying to disqualify 15 MLAs by sending a letter to the Deputy Speaker this minute?
Let me clear with that. Today I saw the Deputy Speaker's speech. He has told very openly in front of media, let the number come. I will count each and every personally and I'll decide then later the government will collapse or not. It doesn't mean that government is going to collapse. And the question arises where you are showing the numbers. When they come in the Mumbai, the right place to sit and talk. And already Chief Minister said before, whatever the problem is there, you come and sit in the side, we'll discuss. And where the question arises, why they are so far from that.
I think you're not reading the writing on the wall. Sanjay Dikshit, I want you to come in.
Yes, sir.
You see, I'll tell you, there is a point where,
you
see, yesterday, just one point to Mr. Rawat. Yesterday, Uddhav Thackeray could have said that I will understand what Eknath Shinde is saying. I will leave the NCP and the Congress and I want my party with me. He chose the alliance over his party. That's my view. He could have yesterday, if he was keen not to lose control over the Shiv Sena, he should have said, I will quit the MVA, but not quit the Sena. He chose to be loyal to Sonia Gandhi and Sharad Pawar and said, I'm very grateful to Sonia Gandhi, Sharad Pawar. Ravi Srivastava was very happy yesterday. He said, I'm grateful to Sonia Gandhi and Sharad Pawar. He should have said, I will quit the MBA, go back to Hindutva politics of my father, late Balasaheb Thackeray, and join hands with the BJP or keep Eknath Shinde with me. But he was willing to give up Eknath Shinde.
He never said like this. He never said that I'll put MBA and I'll join with the...
No, tell me. Allow me now, Arnab. You have named me now. Arnab,
yeah, I have named you.
Allow me now.
I agree, I have named you.
Allow me now, please, to come in.
1 minute, Sanjay.
Allow me.
Yeah. Ravi's got
No, allow me, I'll reply you.
I thought you're also on your way to Guwahati.
Hindutva is not
I thought you're also on your way to Guwahati, Ravi. Many people are going to Guwahati with applications.
Hindutva is not a proprietary of any party. You tell me one thing, Arnab.
Tell me.
Hindutva is important. Aditya Thackeray was important. The MLA sideline was important. The money being paid to the MLAs was important. What is the issue? The issue is not this. The issue is the ED. Issue is the money bag. It's a money bag, Hindutva of the money bag. There is no Hindutva.
Absolutely.
Hindutva with MVA is not a Hindutva party or what? Is this a proprietary of anybody? Hindutva is a proprietary of anybody. Is a copyright.
Absolutely.
Who says so?
No, but you were arresting people. You were arresting people who chanted Hanuman Chalisa. You were getting irritated with things like that.
Eknath Shinde, no sir, sorry. Hanuman Chalisa is not Hindutva. Please wind it up. Don't make a false notion here. Hanuman Chalisa, or Azan, Hijab, Halal, or loudspeaker. What Hindutva you are talking about?
You're getting very excited right now. Sanjay Dikshit is responding.
I
just want to say that Shinde has scored a slam dunk.
For 2.5 years, he was enjoying
please lower his volume, otherwise he won't stop.
As a Minister of Urban Development.
Ravi Babu ka volume kam kijiye, please.
Ministry and 2.5 years.
Okay, 1 minute.
He's just going on.
1 minute. Ravi.
Fake Hindutva.
Ravi.
False Hindutva.
Ravi. Are you caught in a Guwahati traffic jam or a Mumbai traffic jam? Okay, Sanjay Dikshit is responding to that. Sanjay, things are getting very, confusing right now. Sanjay, please, 1 minute.
Eknath Shinde has scored a slam dunk, no doubt about it.
Just 1 minute, 1 minute. Let him come in, please. I haven't got so many other panelists in there. See, I'll tell you one thing. Ravi, 1 minute, please. You know the problem. Ravi, listen. Ravi. Fact of the matter is, the Sena has axed its own foot. The Sena has axed its own foot. Uddhav never visited Mantralaya. Sena insulted their own MLAs. They took no action against the NCP Congress insults to their own MLAs.
If insulted, they would have talked to him.
Uddhav became hostage to his allies.
Let me also speak, please. Can I speak?
Go on.
Yeah, what I was saying was that Shinde scored a slam dunk, and these people who are resorting to technicalities and legalities. You see, someone who has the number, he doesn't talk about legalities and technicalities. Why they are talking now? Because this is a terrible combination of incompetence and arrogance. Let me tell you, that started right from the time of the speaker's election, when MVA moved a proposal to the governor to allow them to have open voting. Why? Of course, they knew even at that time they were not confident. Then on 3rd of June, a delegation, please listen to me, a delegation of MVA with Chhagan Bhujbal and Anil Desai went to Devendra Fadnavis and they asked him, look, please do not have an extra candidate for Rajya Sabha. Don't put your third candidate. We will allow you to have an MLC. They wanted to have unopposed election both in the Rajya Sabha as well as in the Vidhan Parishad. Why? If they were so confident of their numbers, why did they want to have unopposed elections during Rajya Sabha and during the Vidhan Parishad? So writing was on the wall. But I would say that sheer arrogance and incompetence of the MVA and its chief minister, which rightly you refer to the complete misgovernance and violation of constitutional norms, abuse of power, which has been going on for the last 2.5 years, that I think has come to roost. That's what has happened. And they can keep blaming everybody and anybody, but they cannot answer this fact that even for a speaker's election, they wanted open voting. They did not want secret voting. And this is almost 3 or 4 months back. So this has been going on right since that time. Why are they so blind when people like me could see that, okay, they have lost their numbers, even at that time?
The numbers are on your screen, viewers. You see, every day, 1111, every hour we are getting the news, one MLA goes. And in fact, some more have joined them in Guwahati right now. And the Uddhav camp does not pretty much know what to do right now and how to react to this very fluid situation. I want to bring back Yashwant and Subrashta and Shankara Guha and Suresh Mane. You see, Shankara Guha, you can take this forward. You got a lot of access.
Let me
you had one. I haven't got Shankara Guha yet of the Congress. You see, the Congress got more access to the Chief Minister than the Sena MLAs. And I think the Shiv Sena did not understand how to run the government. They antagonized powerful Sena leaders. In fact, the Shiv Sena MLA today revealed that when they were going to visit Ayodhya, they say Uddhav Thackeray called Eknath Shinde and told them, don't let any of the MLAs go to Ayodhya with Aditya Thackeray. And they are saying, why were we not allowed to visit Ramlalla? So the point is they were threatened. They had checked in and they had to leave the airport. They were told, don't go to Ayodhya. Point being, there was, you see, Uddhav Thackeray may have been in the grip of the allies. Or maybe a close ring around him was antagonizing the older leadership. What is referred to as the gatekeepers in the letter, Yashwant. You see, repeatedly it is mentioned out there, it is spoken about the gatekeepers, and today I think whatever has happened today is a consequence of all this. Mr. Guha, you didn't have the numbers. You were rejected by the people. You lost the elections. No, allow me. You lost the elections when you got a golden opportunity to run by proxy. Did you not realize that you overstepped? Your leaders, Prithviraj Chavan, Ashok Chavan, all these old Congress stalwarts who can't win their own constituencies literally, they were trying to control the Shiv Sena and they did that very well, but look where you left them. Because of you, their government fell.
Allow me to answer to this. You spoke of a hostile environment, which the BJP is using it to their advantage, but who created that environment? That credit goes to the BJP. And not just in Maharashtra, sir. That credit of creating such environment goes to the BJP from 2008.
In 2008, Mr. Yediyurappa started this whole operation.
Then 2016 in Uttarakhand, 2017 Goa, 2019 again in Karnataka, 2020 one unsuccessful attempt in Madhya Pradesh, in Rajasthan, and a successful attempt in Madhya Pradesh. So the BJP is a master at this, and that one apart. And this whole Hindutva cry, didn't Mr. Eknath Shinde know the day? Didn't Mr. Eknath Shinde know that the day when this particular alliance happened, what he was doing? Did he require 2.5 years to realize this?
But,
so it's a fake
but did
cry.
your leaders not
And
realize
who is-
that you had lost the
sir,
election?
Sir, just give me,
No,
give me 1 minute,
again,
sir.
what is your
Sir, please
point
give me
about the
1 minute,
BJP
sir.
here?
No,
What is your point about the BJP here?
My point about
Yeah.
the BJP is they are power hungry. They cannot stay without power anywhere. So they are doing these things. And it is more than obvious.
And my
who is
point
funding
to you
their
is,
chartered
Dr.
flights,
Dr.
sir?
Guha,
Allow me
Dr.
1
Guha,
minute,
allow me just one
minute.
point.
Sir,
One
allow
point.
me 1 minute.
One line.
Let
I
me
have to
finish.
intervene at the
Sir,
right
please.
moment.
No,
No,
please,
I
let
must
me
intervene
finish
at the
this.
right moment. If I lose the moment,
just
it's
let
like...
me finish this. No,
but you will not
need to
finish.
at the right moment, sir.
No, this is
I'll
the
finish
right
it off.
moment to intervene.
And who is funding all these chartered flights? Who is funding these lavish hotels? And not just once. I'm sure I will give it to you in writing today. Let me ask all these, self-proclaimed lease license holders of Hindutva who relaid the foundation of Hinduism in India. I'm sure 99% will not answer, including the panelists here.
Okay, Dr. Guha, I'll tell you one thing. Dr. Guha, you are an oversensitive party whose party leader got very sensitive when I referred to her by her original name. Right? And when I said that the Chief Minister, allow me to complete now, when I'm speaking, why are you getting oversensitive? You see, I'm not shouting.
No, I'm not getting
I'm not shouting. I'm saying that your party leader, I referred to her by her original name from the country of her origin, which is the country called Italy. And then I also questioned why, presumably under pressure from your party, there were certain decisions taken by the Uddhav government which was not in line with the Hindutva ideology, including the rather tardy response to the Palghar episode. You do realize here that the MVA is in shambles. Okay, I'll get Yashwant and Subrashta to respond. I'm just saying that the MVA is in shambles, and where does the BJP come in here? The BJP is taken advantage, but does that take away from the fact, Yashwant, that it is the MVA which is in shambles and has been in shambles for a while?
Well, that's the point, that if you cannot hold back your own people, and there are contradictions as far as the electoral politics is concerned, you are going to have some issues. And as I mentioned, that the Congress, it's not just the Shiv Sena MLAs who are going to face the issue. It is going to be equally problematic even for the Congress MLAs to go back and ask for a mandate at some point of time with Shiv Sena back.
Correct.
It's difficult for them. And I'm absolutely sure that even the big number of Congress MLAs would be equally, Arnab, if not less, worried about their own electoral fortunes by going the Shiv Sena way.
Truly.
अगर आप शिव सेना के साथ सरकार बना सकते हो तो यार बीजेपी के साथ ही मिलके भी बना लो, मतलब फिर तो आइडियोलॉजी और किसी भी चीज का बचा क्या है? If you can go with the far right, that you can also go with the right. Then what is the positioning of the ideology or the takes that one has to maintain? And most importantly, Arnab, that if you have got a mandate, then you have to respect that mandate. I genuinely believe that the mandate which the Maharashtra voters had given was against the Congress in that particular election. Congress had no business to form the government this way or that way. However, having said that, even Shiv Sena did not have the mandate to form the government with the Congress.
And the perception will be, I'd like to take Subrashta in, it is not Devendra Fadnavis who is breaking the Shiv Sena. It is a Shiv Sainik. It is a senior Shiv Sainik, a person who was trained by Balasaheb Thackeray and Anand Dige himself. Allow me, please. Balasaheb Thackeray and Anand Dige himself, who has, who is the person who is breaking the Shiv Sena. And in fact, it is a Maratha leader. So even that argument, outsider comes in, breaks us, will not happen. Across Maharashtra, what people will say is that there must have been something seriously wrong. That Eknath Shinde was forced to take over the party. Subrashta, you've been listening to all of this. Where do you think this is headed?
Arnab,
just one minute.
Can I reply?
Subrashta, please. She hasn't spoken at all.
Arnab, I think, we need to also consider the fact that Uddhav Thackeray is not Bala Saheb Thackeray. And Aditya Thackeray is neither Uddhav Thackeray nor Bala Saheb Thackeray. These two individuals are there at the helm of affairs in Shiv Sena just because they are related to Bala Saheb Thackeray. We should not miss this point. I want to bring this point in because these two leaders miss the aggression and the humility of Bala Saheb Thackeray. These are individuals who never listen to people on the ground, because what Eknath Shinde is saying and what the MLAs are writing today are not something which happened in in a couple of days. This issue has been fermenting for pretty long. As the Shiv Sena Supremo, Uddhav Thackeray should have sorted this issue much earlier. But he did not. I don't know why he did not. Maybe he was disconnected from ground realities. Maybe he's too elitist in his politics. Whatever be it, this is Sena's own doing. So to put the blame on BJP or any other political party is quite foolhardy. Also, I don't think anybody in politics is in the business of politics for social service alone. Social service is a byproduct of political parties being in power and pushing policies according to their ideological or whatever leanings they have. So if the BJP is not in power in Maharashtra today but sees an opening, why should it not exploit the opportunity? Why should Shiv Sena not exploit the opportunity to go ahead and join hands with NCP and Congress, which is what it did? Tomorrow BJP and NCP can come together. Together they have a comfortable majority. Tomorrow BJP and Shiv Sena alone can form a government. Why are we balking at all these possibilities? These are all very real political situations and any politician worth their salt would do it. Why is it so problematic? With respect to the question on horse trading, Arnab, I keep on hearing this time and again, well, BJP bought MLAs. Well, BJP is spending money to place these MLAs in hotels, etc. First of all, if the MLAs are bought, then it goes on to say a lot about the MLA and it goes on to say a lot about the party who propelled them to the position of an MLA. So are you trying to say that you are so weak that you cannot even keep your house in order? Are you also trying to say that your MLAs are so morally corrupt?
This doesn't talk about the one side, madam. Madam, you are talking one side. See, it also goes on to show the character of the party who is
No, I'm not talking one side, sir. I'm not justifying horse trading. Please let me make it very clear.
Absolutely.
I hope you don't understand plain, simple English. Did I ever say that I support horse trading? Do I ever? I'm not singing paeans about Indian democracy, sir. Our democracy is flawed, like all parliamentary democracies are flawed. You have to take, sir, please understand, Mr. Guha, you have a very bad habit of interrupting people without listening to them. Did I justify horse trading? Did I justify horse trading? Did I say what BJP is doing is fantastic? Did I say what you did? No. Am I saying what you did in Rajasthan is absolutely wonderful? It's not one-sided. I'm giving both sides of the argument. Just because it doesn't suit you doesn't make it one-sided.
A quick point.
Just because,
may I, Subrashta, you see?
Congress is a persona
I get. See, the thing is this. Shankara, just be relaxed about it. Just be relaxed about it. The point is, you got problems, Shankara. I've been saying for 2.5 years, and all that you guys have said is you have a personal problem with Congress. That's why you're saying I have no personal problem with the Congress. Many people in the country have a problem with the Congress, and the Congress is a problem with itself. The problem right now is Sanjay Raut is saying, I'm getting out of this. No, 1 minute. Allow me. Sanjay Raut is saying, I'm leaving the MVA. Ajit Pawar is saying, I will ask Sanjay Raut's boss why Sanjay Raut is saying this. Total confusion. You and NCP are fighting. 1 minute. I see the NCP hand go up. Shyam Rawat, you are fighting. Nana Patole is the Maharashtra Congress chief. He is giving interviews, attacking Pawar and saying that yes, it is true. Yes, it is true that some Sena leaders are not getting finances for their own departments. He's attacking Ajit Pawar. There's a crisis. You see, MVA allies are coming out to back Uddhav Thackeray as the chief minister, saying they extend full support. Yet Sanjay Raut says, I'm going to leave the MVA. You guys decide what you're doing. You decide what you're doing.
I heard the statement of Ajit Pawar saying that BJP has no role in this.
No, yes, but Yashwant.
That's what Ajit Pawar said.
No, but what did Sanjay Raut say? Sanjay Raut said some people are running Operation Lotus from Gujarat. Ajit Pawar says rubbish. That's not true.
Yashwant summarized it very well yesterday by quoting a Sanjay Raut tweet, saying he kind of represents everything that is wrong with Shiv Sena today. He personifies everything that is wrong today because Sanjay Raut said, I decide the Kundli of Maharashtra. You know, which planet, where it will go, we decide.
But can Shinde get the party symbol? That's my question. Will he try for the party symbol? You think he will?
I mean, legally speaking, purely from the legal perspective, it is unlikely, Arnab, because the party on the floor of the house is very different from the party outside the house. So, purely on the legal terms, they might very well get recognized as the party on the floor of the house. That's fine. But, and Arnab, also, politically speaking, if I may submit this thing here, Maharashtra is also like kind of behaving now or going towards in a two separate kind of Maharashtras. You know, one is the Mumbai Maharashtra and one is the non-Mumbai Maharashtra. People have largely gone with Eknath Shinde, are looking at a scenario where their main opposition is with the Congress and the NCP. While in the Mumbai region, Arnab, it sounds kind of funny, but NCP and the Congress are literally absent.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm just taking one point. In the case of Chirag Paswan, he could not politically withstand the rebellion led by his uncle Pashupati Kumar Paras, and the Election Commission recognized Paras as the as the Lok Sabha floor leader, upheld his expulsion of Chirag Paswan. Can there be a similar state where Eknath Shinde takes over the party symbol?
The symbol has been frozen, Arnab. The symbol of party has been frozen, and there is still no decision on that.
Yeah, but para 15 of the Symbols Order 1968 says that the decision to grant the party symbol as name is taken only after the Election Commission is satisfied on the claims by rival sections. So Shinde could make a claim for it. And Suresh Rane...
It's a legal aspect. That's what I said. That's a legal point.
So this
impending election of Mumbai municipality, which might happen.
So this is I'm saying we could be looking at a split situation here, but situation is still dynamic. Ladies and gentlemen, amidst the turmoil in Maharashtra, many wonder what are the national implications. Will the MVA flop lead a shake-up in national politics? I'm debating that on the other side. Don't go away. I have more breaking news on this story right on the other side.